And on to details now. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken arrived in Delhi on Thursday night primarily to attend the India-US 2+2 Foreign and Defence Ministerial Dialogue. The 2+2 dialogue will take place on Friday. US Defence Secretary Lloyd has already reached Delhi. The Indian side at the dialogue will be led by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken is in India's national capital, New Delhi, for the 5th India-US 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue. The 2+2 dialogue will take place on Friday. US Defence Secretary Lloyd is also in Delhi for the Ministerial Dialogue. The Indian side of the dialogue will be led by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and External Affairs Minister S Jaishankar. And on the 5th India-US 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue, Dr. Mukesh Aghi, President and CEO of the US-India Strategic Partnership Forum, said that Secretary of State Blinken and Defence Secretary Austin will emphasize India's vital relationship with the US, especially in the Middle East, indicating its potential impact on the coastal region.
Well, Secretary Blinken and Secretary of Defence are there while there are a lot of fires burning all across the world. It sends a message that the relationship between India and US is very important, is very critical, and they have to maintain the momentum going forward. India plays a pivotal role, especially in the Middle East. Its relationship with Israel, its relationship with Saudis, UAE, and India's position supporting Israel while having 200 million Muslims in India. It sends a clear message that India will play a much more pivotal role, especially in the Middle East, and can be a big partner of the United States and Israel and other countries in the region.
Well, as we told you, New Delhi is hosting the 5th edition of the India-US 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue on Friday. The foreign and defence ministers of both the countries will take part in it. The annual dialogue takes place amid the Russia-Ukraine and Israel-Palestinian conflicts. Jessica Taneja gives you a lowdown on it.
Every year, the 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue brings together India's foreign and defence ministers with their US counterparts to address and collaborate on common concerns to enhance and strengthen relationship between the two nations. Over the years, America has offered strong bipartisan support to India. From making it a major defence partner in 2016 to holding Quad meetings at the leaders level. For a non-treaty ally, America has made a significant change in its policy. With India-US trade likely to touch $300 billion in 2026 and 27, the Ministerial Dialogue helps in promoting forums like G20, the Quad, and IPEF, or the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework. For America, India is also an important ally for its free and open Indo-Pacific strategy. The 2+2 Ministerial Dialogue has seen some great momentum over the years. The signing of Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, or the LEMOA, in 2016, the signing of COMCASA, or the Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement, in 2018, along with the Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement, or the BECA, in 2020. Not only was signing COMCASA and other important pacts in the foundational years a big step, but providing waivers to India from Russia sanctions was a significant advancement in the relationship. In fact, 5 years ago, India was given the Strategic Trade Authorization status for transfers of some dual-use high-technology trade. While these deals are good signs of convergences, looking at the current momentum, further framework for overcoming hurdles on regulation of technology, digital economy, few matters of global governance have also been put in place now. Jessica Taneja for DD India.
Well, the ministers will sit down with their Indian counterparts in New Delhi to discuss crucial aspects of their partnership, spanning security, cooperation and technology collaborations. Benji Haya reports from the US.
Well, these meetings come after a banner year for US-India relations. 2 leader-level engagements, Prime Minister Modi's visit stateside and the G20 summit attended by President Joe Biden. There was a time not long ago when this event would have been one of the biggest diplomatic gatherings of 2023. Major geopolitical developments in past months have reduced its significance slightly, but Secretaries Blinken and Austin are still taking time from their busy globe-trotting duties to make this trip, a sign of Washington's commitment to ties with Delhi. It presents an opportunity to further a roadmap set forth by Modi and Biden earlier this year, establishing a foundation, really, for an ambitious, collaborative agenda. In many ways, the two nations are still feeling their way through the relationship in different areas, commercial, defence, yet in both respects, the US is a major partner of India. And this 2+2 dialogue is a chance to reaffirm that stance, to make advancements practically on deals agreed on manufacturing fighter jets or even space exploration. In addition to the bilateral aspects, it could provide a platform for assessing contemporary tensions regionally in the Indo-Pacific, China, for instance, the threats perceived there, and issues wider still. The US will be looking for like-mindedness in its position to the conflict erupting in the Middle East, that Israel has a right to defend itself, yes, but that it should endeavour to minimise civilian casualties. And the ongoing war in Ukraine too. India still maintains ties, I should say, with Russia. How will the Americans navigate that again as they strive for compatibility in this key friendship? Benji Haya in Washington, reporting for DD India.
Well, on the dialogue, Akshay Dongre joins us live for more. Well, Akshay, the talks are a key platform for advancing the bilateral and global cooperation between the two countries. What might be on the agenda of the talks, and also what will be the optics and the likely outcomes?
Well, if we talk about the agenda of the 2+2 dialogue that is going to take place today, there are certain things that can in fact be predicted as far as the key issues in the region, the global issues, as far as the issues related to the two countries are concerned, they can be discussed. And as far as the global issues are concerned, then clearly the Israel-Hamas conflict is going to be discussed. As far as the ongoing conflict is concerned, it has been more than a month that the conflict is raging on. Over 12,000 people have died. The entire region is of great interest to both of these countries as far as the strategic ties are concerned. India in fact maintains good relations with a lot of countries in the Middle East. It has been one of the key players as far as the Middle East is concerned. And when we talk about the USA, then clearly we don't even have to explain that what are the key interests of the United States of America as far as a stable Middle East is concerned. So that is going to be on the agenda. The second issue is definitely going to be the Ukraine war. It has been more than a year and a half as far as the war has been waging on there. There has been no key, or rather significant peace process that either the US or Russia could initiate as far as the conflict is concerned. So that is one issue that is going to be discussed, because India holds significant influence as far as the politics of Russia, or rather in the Central Asia is concerned. So that is going to be discussed as well. The third point that in fact interests both these countries is about the Indo-Pacific region, that how both of these countries are going to further enhance ties. We have seen that India and US have in fact talked about greater defense cooperation as far as the GE 414 engines are concerned, that India and US can co-manufacture. As far as the Reaper drones are concerned, so all of these issues will certainly be on the agenda. And as far as the prediction of the outcomes are concerned, then we can expect that some key outcomes as far as the enhanced defense cooperation, enhanced diplomatic cooperation by these two countries in solving all of these issues, especially in the Middle East, so that no third party gets a lot of space to in fact meddle or rather create or carve out a space of their own. So that is going to be on the agenda. And China, South China Sea. So there are a lot of issues that are pending that can be discussed and will be discussed.
Right, Akshay, a lot of issues to be discussed. Also, can you tell our viewers about the US ministers' engagements in New Delhi today? What's going to be their itinerary like on Friday today?
Well, first of all, Lloyd Austin will be here, where we are standing right now outside the Sushma Swaraj Bhavan. This is where the key meetings will take place. Lloyd Austin, the Defense Secretary of the US, will be holding meetings with his counterpart, Union Defense Minister Rajnath Singh, whereas the US Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, will be holding bilateral with his counterpart, the Foreign Minister of India, Dr. S Jaishankar. So while there will be 2+2 engagements that will take place here, there will also be bilateral meetings between the respective leaders and the Secretary of State as well as Secretary of Defense of the US. So the itinerary is going to be jam-packed throughout the day until about 4 p.m. These hectic parleys and these meetings will continue.
Right, Akshay. Also, how's the Indo-US initiative of critical and emerging technology, which was launched in January this year, coming along?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, how's the Indo-US initiative on critical and emerging technology, which was launched in January this year, coming along?
Well, that is already on the agenda, but as far as the key issues of the 2+2 dialogue are concerned, they will be separately discussed, because the key issues remain the defense engagement and the engagement of diplomacy, especially when we talk about the ongoing crisis that in fact has become the priority for both of these countries, especially in the Middle East, while the spillover has already started taking place between after the war between, or rather the conflict between Israel and Hamas, and also the issues that the entire world is facing because of the ongoing Ukraine conflict as well. So these are going to be the key agendas as far as the critical technologies summit or rather meetings that are expected to take place in January. That is going to be on separate agenda, and that are going to be independently held as far as these two countries are concerned, and that is also one of the key issues that has been discussed between these two countries. May come up, may not come up, but as far as the key priorities are concerned, the Hamas-Israel conflict, the Ukraine war, Indo-Pacific region and the South China Sea region are going to be on the top of the agenda.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us and letting us know the updates